Hello everybody, in my previous video I talked about Ethiopia. In this video I'm going to complete it, okay? Then after I'm going to talk about Ghana. Okay. She was in the south in a town called Shashimani, and since there was some sort of civil war going up there in the north, she could she could go through Gondar, which was the shortest route. She would have to go the long way, which meant going through the hottest part of Ethiopia. The Afar region, Afar was just like Sudan people. Slept outside, it was too hot to sleep inside, unless of course you had an air condition. The men in the Afar region wore a type of skirt like the Somalians. Of course, shoes and socks were not part of the equation. They seemed to carry a fierce constant. They are predominantly Muslims. Salt was extremely cheap. You could measure a 2-liter bottle of salt for 10 baht. That's $1. There were kilometers of natural salt land. Remember, this region is considered the lowest region on this planet, Earth. And of course, you have the Lake of Fire situated in the Afar region. Everyone in five were carrying AR rifles Russia made. Maybe they had them there to shoot hyenas. They forget to maintain this in the Western media that Ethiopia was full of hyenas. Eventually, she made it to Aksum, which ground was basically stone. The Ghost Museum was nothing to write about. Obviously, it had been looted by the warring faction, but she admired the way women dress, young and old dresses or gowns from neck to ankles. The men of Aksum deserve some sort of praise. Aksum seemed to be the land of honey, where from a delightful natural potent alcoholic drink was made. The local sauce called Herbet looked just like butter. Okay, there was some obelisk. One was recently returned from Italy, but now was back in its rightful place near the museum. There was a lot of underground tunnels. Only God knows what they were used for. Tunnel that went as far as in Niha, and an hour drive was said to be over 2,000 years old. Really. Ethiopia is an ancient nation. Archaeologists can describe to that fact. Okay, let me read you guys Ghana. As you can see, this book was written by my late father. Yeah, my father is an author and is a traveler. He traveled throughout some part of the world. Okay, Ghana, Accra. Okay, a well-known beach, Labadi, was located near the Atlantic Ocean. The cool breeze coming from the sea was substantial, but at night it came with thousands of mosquitoes near his house. Was public lavatory. Actually, the beach was the lavatory. On the left of the beach was the space reserved for women to defecate shit, and on the right side, men, many times not accountable, he witnessed women lifting up their skirt to relieve themselves. What an ungodly sight. On Sundays, visitors came to swim and have fun. Unfortunately, large amounts of human extractor seemed to be floating around. A decent amount of it missed him, but on Wishka Inch, others were not so lucky. Some got it flush on the face. Okay, Accra was a bustling city. All the women wore beautiful colored gowns. That's the first time David ate authentic sugarcane during the summer on Weymouth, England. It was the artificial rock. He loved Ghanaian cuisine, the freshly fried fish with fried sweet potatoes, then of course fufu, which was yam and cassava pound together. This was usually served with palm oil soup and with well cooked meat, unlike the Ethiopians who delight in eating raw meat. By the way, the fufu you meet were met the fufu you were met meant to swallow it, not chew. Coming from England, it was a very strong way of eating. Anyway, he got used to it. He loved the natural alcohol. This was found in the palm trees. It was called palm wine. It was white in color and potent with a delightful taste. It was a type of natural medicine too. If you drank 2 days old palm wine, any fever you had in your body will disappear. What I mean is you will piss it out. There was also the sad history of Ghana, bottled, bottled along the coast of Ghana as slave fortress where his descendants were sent into slavery, commonly called the place of no return. You were lucky if you were a rebellious slave, but what he could, couldn't understand was black American male and female crying out loud in these dungeons, then going back to America. In Accra, you were starved to death in a lighted cell in Camp Coast. You are not so lucky. You starved to death in darkness. Thanks for watching.